Welcome back to another Half Truck Will Travel. We might be traveling more. Gas went down to, well, it's in the $1.20s now. So when was the last time you saw that here? That's $1.20 Canadian, a liter, not a gallon, for the American viewers. I don't know my units of measurement. I think there's several liters, 3 or 4 liters to a gallon. Maybe? I think so. I don't know. Someone correct me. Today we're going to be taking the highway south, I do believe, as if we're journeying to Ottawa. We will not be going to Ottawa. We'll just be heading to near Callander. We'll get some video on that eventually in the future. Didn't have anything crazy to talk about today, but I think the more we do these, and it's the weather. I mean, as you can look outside, you can tell it's really looking like spring now. Minus 20 right now in North Bay. So now we've got the winter coat on, which I had buried in the closet. I didn't think that we need to pull it out. Go. Reading -11, but with that wind chill, minus 20. Listen, one day we will get good weather and we can do more stuff. We'll talk about more stuff and get more going. What type of stuff, you might ask? Follow a channel on YouTube. It's an older gentleman. I love him. He's just smoking a pipe talking about Lord of the Rings. I don't think I'm anywhere near as cool as that guy, but I love his channel and I love the format of it. I love how slow it is, and it's just 10, 15, 20-minute videos. And I figure, you know what? The old man used to do these videos where it would just be him smoking in a corner, reading from one of his books. And have some of those books. Even a couple of them are even okay. So moving forward, we might be looking towards a pipe video, maybe some cigar videos with some reading to accompany it. If we get the time frame on that right and keep it short and keep it simple, I think there's a lot to go over with that. Because what I might be able to do is, listen, the old man's writing got much better as he aged, and he did end up becoming a published author. He was published for the Ranger Station. Go check that out. Really good little short story there. But even in his, novel length books, got much better. But he was a great storyteller. And one thing that he would sell you on was he would write the book, which was realistically, especially early on, it was all gravy. There's absolutely no meat to it. But when he told you about the book, I remember, I don't know if I've spoken about this, maybe. I had a good story where he had some investors come up to North Bay. 4 or 5 guys, so we go out to dinner and I'm there. And I was younger at the time, so normally I wasn't working with him yet. But he took me out, he goes, boy, come with us. He's got all these investors there, and it was like, I remember it was nighttime. Maybe we were at Casey's or when Kelsey's was still here. Who knows? Anyway, we're outside. He's having a smoke, and then he just starts going on about this book he's writing about angels and demons, God, the devil, and the final conflict, I guess, between good and evil. That's what they all focused on. And I was always sold on that concept because I'm like, what you're doing is you're doing like religious fantasy, which is great. You're taking a bit of actual stuff that happened from the Bible and this and that, and then you're kind of just weaving it into your own story. You're taking biblical characters, specifically angels and demons and all that, and kind of just making it your own. I was like, this is awesome. So he just starts going on. And he's got these guys absolutely like hell. They're enamored. They just can't believe how amazing this is. Because he was a really good storyteller. I'm sure they were let down when they read the book. Because the book would be like, if you could storyboard what he was saying in point form almost. I think that was the Gabriel Has Fallen novella. That's where the Archangel Gabriel gets sent down to hell to deliver a message, because Gabriel's a messenger. And Satan, does he kill him? I don't think he kills him. He absolutely messes him up. He like chops a wing off. It's really aggressive in an ploy to get the Archangel Michael to come down and face him. Michael being the main character of the novella. So Michael's got to go down to hell, almost like a Dante's Inferno type style. He just kicks the shit out of everything in his way. Yeah, he was a cool character. If you could just picture, like, I'm sure a lot of people play like Diablo, like Blizzard's Diablo. I don't know if there's any other ones, but you know, you've seen Blizzard's interpretation of Angels and Demons and Throw Time. I'm sure you've seen it, but man, Michael was cool because he was like a giant. He was like 25 feet tall. He was enormous. You know, he was super cool. It almost read like, I feel like he was going for like a David Gemmell Riganti series. If anyone's read that, maybe we'll talk about some book stuff on the channel as well. I'm very specific about the books that I read, but David Gemmell's Riganti series, specifically those first two novels, man, Sword in the Storm, and oh my god, that's terrible. Midnight Falcon. And Midnight Falcon. The old man was reading those a lot when he was writing, so you can see the influence there of the heroic fantasy kind of bleed into it, almost like it was a reinterpretation of Conovar from the first novel. But I mean, I could go on forever about the books. There's so much there, and like I said, I think with me maybe filling in some of the gaps that are there in the writing, because like I said previously, you know, the old man would get a burst of inspiration or something, he'd do it in one go, but he's not taking critique very well, and he's not going back for a second draft. He was a one take, one draft kind of guy. You can get away with that in some things, and some things you can't. You know what I mean? Like, I got tons of first drafts laying around of stuff I've written. It's crap. You gotta go over it a couple times. I mean, like, a little bit of it's there. You gotta go over it a few more times. I wrote a kind of like a psychological horror set in North Bay not too long ago. It's finished, but it's on its second draft right now, so it needs some more love. But a buddy of mine was helping me out with it. Great guy, really smart dude. Really helped put me on the. Well, I was just kind of caught in a rut with my own writing, and I was going in circles, and I just wasn't getting any better. And then what I thought was good, I was giving to people, and they were kind of just like, yeah, you know. And I was like, oh no, like that's not the response that we want. Like I'm not Stephen King or something, but you want a little bit more. So I wasn't getting it. So unfortunately, I had to face the harsh reality that it was probably crap. And it wasn't crap, but it was wordy and filled with exposition and just a big, thick 160,000 word fantasy novel that didn't know what it wanted to be. So it wasn't good. Just my buddy there. He's a director. Like I said, great guy, smart dude. I sent him this horror I'm working on, and he reads it and he's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, this is way better. He's like, do this. So it completely changed my style of writing. So I finished that, and then he's like, you know, we worked on it together, and I'm sending it to him, and he kept, he'd give me a call, and he'd be like, this is great, but, you know, maybe it was 40,000 words. He goes, do you think you can get it down to 30? So chop 10,000 words out. And you're like, I've never had to do that before, right? Like, I felt like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, digging into it, and you're reading it over and over, and it's like, okay, what can go, what can stay? You know, the old man was never going to do that with his work. He did take some criticism near the end. We kept telling him to put backstory into the books, and he's like, what the fuck is backstory? I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, what is backstory? You're the writer. You put a character, and you care about the character, but you haven't given me a reason to care about this character in any way, shape, or form. You've given me a generic, you know what I mean, like physical description of him, and he did some cool stuff, but like beyond that, am I just supposed to think he's cool? Because like, you know what I mean? Some characters you can write in and they're just cool. Some aren't. Some you gotta make us fall in love with. Oh my God, come on. I'm so done with this weather. We're almost on the journey right now, but I'm over this, man. I'm over it. I got videos to make, and I'm tired of skidding around in -20 in frickin' April. It's April, guys. Hopefully you guys watching this are somewhere warmer, somewhere nicer, where the weather's happy. That's all.